You see, fashion has a one unwritten rule. If you stop changing, you start dying. Brands spend billions reinventing collections, chasing consumer trends, and predicting what consumers want next. So the main question is, how did one company become a global apparel giant by completely refusing to play that game?
複雑性っていうのはですね、やっぱりこれは世
In
界が
fact,
複雑
Uniqlo founder Tadashi Yanai has stated that we totally ignore fashion. By industry standards, Uniqlo can seem to be deliberately understated. The moment you realize how Uniqlo approaches their product the way Silicon Valley approaches their hardware, every single decision makes sense. Uniqlo began executing highly creative marketing campaigns. They gave away 5 lakh sheets of branded bubble wrap, turning private homes into free billboards. While the rest of the industry competed to predict the next big thing, Uniqlo quietly became a business that is no longer dependent on predictions at all. To understand this, first you have to understand the financial nightmare of the apparel industry. Most brands survive by predicting what the adults or the young generation wants to wear 3 months from now on. If you guess wrong, your inventory rots in the warehouses. But it's worse than that. Most of the trend based businesses spend their money on marketing, producing, designing their products, which will only last for few weeks. Unsold inventory leads to heavy discounts, which in turn leads to lower profit margins. Let's look into Zara and H&M.
Liking this bit here, cobalt blue stuff. We've just heard they're getting another delivery on
Zara relies on the heavy product turnover, scarcity, and their traditional discounts, which in turn keeps their customers coming back. While H&M relies on frequent coupons and aggressive influencer marketing to clear their old stock. Uniqlo looked through a different lens and chooses to opt out. They tried to solve the problem of everyday clothing. Instead of asking what's trendy right now, Uniqlo asked a completely different question. What clothes people do actually need every day? This single question changed the every decision that company made. It led to a philosophy they called LifeWear, treating clothing as a functional tool for everyday wear. They realized something crucial. Everyday essentials change much more slowly than the seasonal essentials. This is where the story truly changes because Uniqlo doesn't think like a traditional retailer. The moment you realize how Uniqlo approaches their product the way Silicon Valley approaches their hardware, every single decision makes sense. Instead of completely reinventing their product lines every few months, Uniqlo seems to refine their proven items. They partner with the industrial giants like Torii Industries to invent their advanced materials like the HeatTech to keep you warm and the Airism to keep you cool. Instead of competing through new styles, Uniqlo competed with better performance. This is an unusual level of R&D in the clothing sector. Customers don't return because they find the new ear jacket different than the previous one. They return because the new ear jacket is slightly better than the old one. This strategy is backed by an aggressive model of vertical integration. Why can't competitors simply copy it? Because Uniqlo has spent decades informing the supplier relationships, fabric innovation, and many more things. These are long term capabilities, not simply investment that are made overnight. Furthermore, scale itself becomes a competitive advantage. The more standardized product Uniqlo sells, the more cheaper the future product becomes to manufacture. Producing millions of identical garments together gives company a massive advantage of purchasing power, reducing its complexity of manufacturing and in turn increasing its efficiency. Instead of asking customers to choose from the thousands of the product, Uniqlo simply improves the product which customers already trust. Think about it. Nobody wears their favorite hoodie because it won fashion week. They wear because it fits well, feels comfortable and works out every single time. Uniqlo began executing highly creative marketing campaigns. But notice something unusual. None of these campaigns are selling fashion. They make individual product benefits visible. Every campaign answered the exact same question. How do you make feel fabric technology before they ever wear it? Look at their South Korea HeatTech campaign. They didn't just tell the people clothing was warm. According to campaign case studies, they gave away 5 lakh sheets of branded bubble wrap for people to insulate their apartment windows, turning private homes into free billboards. The stunt was massive success. And once they found the formula, they repeated it globally. So the challenge wasn't making better clothes anymore. It was making people notice them. And Uniqlo solved that problem in a way nobody expected. Let's look at the ultimate trade-off of this retail war. Here we have brands like Zara, H&M, Muji and Uniqlo. The core differences are on the basis of two things: core strategy and biggest business risk. None of these strategies are objectively better than others. They are simply optimized for different priorities. Zara optimized for speed, H&M optimized for scale and promotions, Muji optimized for simplicity, and Uniqlo optimized for predictability. Uniqlo chose to take a risk on being unexciting because it completely eliminated the financial risk of being wrong. Uniqlo image comes from its consistent no-nonsense branding, and which is its ultimate biggest weapon. Most brands spend their lives in being unforgettable. They spend their millions on fleeting aesthetics. While the rest of the industry competed to predict the next big thing, Uniqlo quietly became a business that is no longer dependent on predictions at all. The companies that last the longest aren't always the ones that change the fastest. Sometimes they are the ones that understand exactly which parts of their business should never change at all.